Hello and welcome. In today's workshop, we will discuss how to master virtual interviews. Although similar to in-person interviews, there are several key differences, and today we will show you how to prepare and be ready for virtual interviews. Second Chance is supported through Employment Ontario. We offer a range of services, programs, and supports that are free to both job seekers and employers looking to hire. For more information about our services, please visit our website and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. During today's workshop, we will cover a number of topics about virtual interviews. We will explore why employers use virtual interviews, what you need to prepare, including your physical space, lighting, and camera. Finally, we will look at a few examples and explore what you can do to make a virtual interview a success. What is a virtual interview? A virtual interview allows employers and candidates to meet and interact using video, instant messaging programs, and web conferencing. For the job seeker, the purpose of a virtual interview is the same as an in-person interview. This means you'll want to highlight your skills and expertise, demonstrate industry and company knowledge, and be polished and presentable during your interview. There are several reasons why an employer might choose to do a virtual interview, and there are several advantages to both you and the employer. Some advantages for the employer include reaching out to a wider geographical area, especially if the job is remote or work from home. It can also make it quicker and easier to schedule interviews and find the right candidate. Virtual interviews can also help you, the job seeker, as you no longer have to worry about travel, and you may be able to schedule your interview at a time that works better for you. A virtual interview can also help alleviate the stress of an in-person interview, however, you do have to be comfortable with being on camera. A virtual interview is slightly different than an in-person one, so there are a few other considerations you have to make, as well as things to prepare for. We'll now discuss how to get ready for your virtual interview. With an in-person interview, you don't have to worry about whether or not the employer can see or hear you, or whether or not it's too dark in the room. However, with virtual interviews, these things need to be taken into consideration. In the next few slides, we'll discuss how to set up your physical space, ensure proper lighting, use your webcam, and ensure your voice is not only heard, but is also conveying your enthusiasm and eagerness for the position. You will also need to make sure you have the technology to do virtual interviews. The first item is a stable internet connection. Try talking to friends or family over a video hosting service and see if your video freezes and make sure they can hear you. Most tablets, laptops, and cell phones have working webcams and mics. However, if these devices are older, you will want to make sure that both the audio and video is working properly. It is best to test all of these before the interview begins so it can go as smoothly as possible. Your physical space. Having a clean, prepared, and available space for virtual interviews is the first step in getting prepared for your interview. Your physical space should be comfortable, and you should feel more relaxed in your own space. You will also want to make sure there are no distractions. This can include loud outdoor noises, children, your cell phone, or even your pets. You will also want to make sure that when you are sitting down, there is nothing distracting behind you, such as pictures, posters, or general clutter. It's hard to convince an employer you are clean and organized with a pile of laundry in the background. A suggestion would be to have a blank wall behind you. This ensures the focus is on you and will minimize distractions in the background. Be sure to test what you can see in the background by turning on your camera before the interview starts. Lighting is a very important part of the presentation process. First and foremost, you want the employer to be able to see you. This will enable you to convey your emotions and facial expressions, such as smiling, to the employer. It can also make you seem more approachable and open, and this is important when an employer is basing their decision on what they can see on your camera. To ensure proper lighting, sit beside a large window and turn on your camera. The window should provide good lighting. Never sit directly in front of a window, as this will create backlighting and you will not be able to see yourself. The same rule applies for table lamps. Have them beside you or use an overhead ceiling light. Remember to test your lighting at the same time as your future interview. Testing your lighting at 9 a.m. when your interview is scheduled for 4 p.m. will not give you an idea of what the lighting conditions will be. Framing your camera for your interview is an important part of your presentation to the employer. A good camera angle and focal point will help the employer to see your emotions and keep them focused on what you're saying and not what's happening in the background. Make sure your webcam, laptop, tablet, or cell phone is eye level and about 2 feet away. Try not to hold your tablet or cell phone with your hands, as you will not be able to keep the camera steady. You can use books, boxes, or other items to help raise your device to the right height. Remember, if you leave the camera frame, the employer can no longer see you. So try to avoid swaying, tapping your hands and feet, or fiddling with the camera during the interview, as this will cause a distraction for you and the employer. When answering interview questions, it is important to be looking at the camera and not at your computer screen. This way, the employer feels that you are speaking to them and not your computer. It also helps build a connection with the interviewer. A good idea is to place a small post-it note with a happy face drawn on it next to your webcam. This will act as a prompt for you to speak to your webcam and smile. This can be a little awkward, so it is recommended to practice speaking to the webcam. You can try recording yourself, practicing your answers as a way to become better at this. Remember, practice builds confidence. How you present yourself for any interview is important. And even though during a virtual interview the employer can only see part of your body, remember this is an interview, so dress like it. Wear clothes that make you feel good, and be sure to make sure your hair, makeup, and any other accessories are not going to distract the employer from your interview answers. Your posture is also an important part of your presentation. Remember to sit up straight with your shoulders back. This shows confidence and makes you appear more sure of yourself. Avoid hunching or leaning over, as this does the opposite and it can impact your voice. Your voice always plays an important part to any interview. Your voice and tone allow you to convey enthusiasm and excitement, as well as confidence. It also demonstrates your ability to effectively communicate and share ideas with supervisors and coworkers. During virtual interviews, your voice is of greater importance because through the video, the employer cannot see your body language. During an in-person interview, body language and hand gestures can help sell your enthusiasm, but during a virtual interview, these cannot always be seen, so you have to rely more on your voice. There is also the issue of your voice going through a microphone. If you talk too fast, too quiet, or too loudly, your voice can become distorted, making it harder for the employer to make out what you are saying. Practice speaking slowly and clearly, and this will ensure employers can hear your answers. Test out your mic and record yourself. If you can't understand what you're saying, there's a good chance the employer won't be able to either. Just like normal interviews, you'll want to practice your answers, have questions written down, and be dressed appropriately. For virtual interviews, you also want to make sure your physical space is clean, that you have proper lighting, and test to make sure that your camera and mic are working properly. It's also a good idea to have your digital resume and references ready, as the employer may ask you to send them to them. As I mentioned throughout the presentation, you will want to record yourself to understand the employer's visual and audio perspective of you during the interview. You can do this by yourself or with a friend. Record your voice and webcam to see how you look and sound. By addressing each of these questions, you will ensure that you are putting your best efforts toward the interview. It will also make it easier for the employer to see and hear you, resulting in a better experience for you and them. Finally, as with any interview, you will want to prepare. First, research the company, their size, number of employees, major products or services, reputation, values, major weaknesses, or any recent changes they've undergone. For the position itself, look at the salary range and benefits. Review the job posting. What are your duties and responsibilities? What skills need to be addressed and showcased? What other responsibilities are there beyond just the job description? Also, try and know who the interviewer is going to be, as this can help reduce your anxiety level. Try to find their level and area of responsibility. Before or during the interview, try and find out what sort of boss they're going to be. What is their management style? Knowing these will help you make an informed decision about working for the company. Lastly, using the job description and your research, think about keywords and skills you'll want to bring up during the interview. Using keywords will help you demonstrate company and industry knowledge, as well as show the employer you understand what they are looking for. Next, we're going to take a look at 2 videos. The videos will help demonstrate some of the ideas we have discussed in this presentation. It's important to start off on the right foot. In this video, we'll take a look at introductions during a virtual interview.
Good morning, Joel.
Oh, good morning. Was
Hi.
it, oh, Sue, sorry. Yeah, hi. Sorry, Sue. I was just reading my email. I forgot your name. Hi. Thanks.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Sue. Yep.
Oh, hi.
And
Yeah.
I'm the team lead here at the ABC company. I'm
Okay.
glad you could join me this morning.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks. Yeah, I hope I'm not underdressed. It's really hot out, and the teacher keeps sending my kids all this work home to do. So this is the only place I can, interview for a job and not be a teacher. So
oh, yeah, okay. Well, thanks for coming.
thanks.
Not being prepared for your interview can lead to awkward introductions. Outdoor spaces do not make ideal places to have virtual interviews, as they can be loud and have background noises and distractions. As we discussed, it's important to dress for an interview and have your camera at the appropriate height and distance. Let's now take a look at some common questions. Tell me about yourself is usually the first question you are asked. Let's see how Joel did.
I'd like to get to know you a little bit. So please tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm just a hardworking, person, father of two, and I really like being able to connect with clients in a professional setting. I'm getting pretty good on the computer, and I think I kind of wanted to show you what I can do on Zoom if that's okay, because I know we'll be doing a lot of stuff through Zoom until the office is reopened.
Mm-hmm.
And so just some of the things I learned how to do was to use a virtual background so it's easier to see me. So if I can put that on for you.
Um,
Can you see me, Sue?
uh,
Is that,
no, you're all green there, Joel.
oh, it said
I
it recommended downloading a green screen. Oh, let me change it here.
oh,
That's planet Earth. Can you see it?
yeah, yeah, but I can't see you.
Oh, geez, that's no
Oh,
good. Here we are. Oh,
oh, that seems really fun.
I thought maybe you would join me for a coffee.
Uh, yeah,
Ooh, maybe I'll just go back to the regular screen.
yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
about
that's
that. Maybe
probably better. Thanks.
I should have played around with those settings before our interview.
Practice is essential if you want to give clear and concise answers. It can also help you get rid of ums and ahs. For all our answers, we want to focus on relevant hard and soft skills, so avoid personal details or complaining. Also, fiddling with your camera or camera settings during an interview is not a good idea. You should have all of these settings set up before the interview begins. In our second example, let's take a look at Monica's introduction and answering Tell Me About Yourself.
Good afternoon, Monica. I'm Sue. I'm the team lead at ABC Company, and I'm so glad you could join me this afternoon. I'd like to get to know you a little bit. So could you tell me about yourself?
Sure, and thanks for having me. I really appreciate meeting with you. It's nice to get to know you and meet you. Yeah, I'll tell you a bit about myself. I have a business marketing diploma from Guelph Humber, and I'm a hardworking person. I make sure that my work is done accurately and on time. I like attending to details and doing a good job for my employer and for everyone involved. My key strengths, I would say, is that I'm really positive, flexible with how I work, and really well organized. When I worked as a customer service associate, at times it was challenging to maintain a positive outlook with customers who were, well, we'll say maybe weren't that friendly. However, I managed not to make it about me, and I remained really patient and provided professional customer service.
Wow, that's really excellent. Thank you.
As we can see, Monica is appropriately dressed. She has chosen a good physical space, while her camera height, framing, and lighting are all excellent. We can tell that her answer is well rehearsed, as she does not struggle with providing a concise and clear answer. She keeps her skills and experience relevant to the position she is applying for, and uses keywords and skills to sell her capabilities to the employer. Another popular question employers like to ask is, what do you know about us? For this question, you'll want to do your research and share with the employer your motivations for applying to the position. Let's take a look and see what Joel knows about the company.
What do you know about our company? Tell me something that you like and are
Well,
interested.
thanks. Yeah. Well, I know that you're hiring for multiple positions. I found your job posting on Indeed, and I think I'm the right person for the job. And so I went on your website this morning, and I think I'd be a really good fit for your company. And I've done some similar jobs in the past to what you're advertising for. And so I think being in Guelph, I know Guelph very well, and I know where you guys are located.
Okay. Well, that's a start. That's good.
In this answer, Joel does not convey his motivation or specific reasons for wanting to work for the company. The employer is looking to see what you already know about the company and what motivated your application. Be specific in your reasons for applying. Maybe you recently graduated and feel this company would be an excellent place to start your career, or perhaps you've heard good things about the company and their reputation. When you demonstrate your interest and knowledge about the company, the employer can see you as a better fit for both the position and the company. Keeping with the previous question, let's see what Monica knows about the company.
Do you know anything about our company? Can you tell me something about what you know about us?
Right, I did some research, so I know the company has been around in Guelph for about 20 years, and you provide high quality product and service to many people that enjoy it. I have learned that you are a leader in furthering education and employer growth. And I also learned that, it's clear that employers that have happy employees end up having very happy customers. And I can see that you do that from your reviews and from what I've read online.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Thank you. We do
You're
pride
welcome.
ourselves in that.
As we can see, Monica has researched the company and provides lots of information about what she knows and why she's excited to work for the company. Monica adds specific pieces of information about the company and its work culture. This shows the employer that she understands what the company is looking for in an employee and that she understands its values and company goals. Why are you the right person for the job is a common question asked by employers. Employers are looking for hard skills, experience, and concrete examples from previous jobs. Let's see if Joel can share his experience and hard skills.
So you mentioned that you're the right person for the job. Can you tell me more about that and why you think you are?
Yeah, I'm a hardworking person with experience doing customer service, answering the phones. I've been doing a lot of Zoom meetings in my last job. I had a chance to travel a little bit. I love traveling. So if there's any travel for the agency, I'd be happy to do that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I really like just connecting with people and just trying to help management achieve all the objectives.
That's great. That's great.
Although Joel's answer is more clear and concise, there is too much focus on soft skills and not enough about where and how he gained the skills necessary for the job. Again, focus on hard skills and concrete evidence to demonstrate your ability to be the right person for the job. With the same question, let's see Monica address why she is the right person for the job.
And why do you think you're the right person for this job? What makes you special for us to get you on board?
Well, I have the ability to find my role within a team and to support others. So, for example, in my last job, I was involved with a lot of team projects. I was able to recognize my colleagues' skills and helped organize tasks that fit each other's personal strengths. I understand this position involves leadership and teamwork and group projects, which excites me as that's a part of the work that I like to do and that I really excel at.
Excellent. Great. We are very big on leadership and teamwork. So that's great. Thank you.
That's great.
In her answer, Monica is able to highlight her skills and abilities that make her the right person for the job. She is able to provide examples of her previous work and share them in a relevant story. Remember to highlight 3 or 4 key skills and provide examples for each. By providing good arguments, you will demonstrate your knowledge and skills to the employer. Situational questions are asked by employers to see how the candidate reacts and responds to a given situation. It's a good idea to prepare for lots of situational questions that are related to your field of work. This will help you prepare. Let's watch and see what story Joel tells.
I'm going to ask you a situational question just to see how you can identify a problem and work through it. So
Sorry about that.
if you can tell me about a situation in a past job where you were able to identify a problem and then explain how you identified it and then solved the problem.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had a situation in my last job where we were at a meeting and I know my manager was wrong about our vacation policy in the meeting. And, I really wanted to say something because, it's vacation's important to everybody. So I wanted to bring it up. I didn't get a chance to talk to her privately about it. What I did instead was, when I went home after work that day, I posted our vacation policy on our company Facebook page, just to show that everybody, just to show everybody how much I know about our company, and just showing that, I knew she was wrong about what she was saying in the meeting, and so I just wanted to show that I know my stuff.
And how did that work out for you?
Um, I think certain people took it the wrong way. I just really wanted to show off, how much I know, and I worked at a company for, for 10 years, so I really knew the policies well, and I think, certain people maybe took it the wrong way, but, when you're right, you're right.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The situation Joel shares is not a good example. It is never a good idea to blame, show up, boast, or insult previous employers, coworkers, or customers. It also shows that Joel does not know how to handle conflict in the workplace, an important characteristic that all employers are looking for. When asked a situational question, talk about how you handled it in a professional manner and what you learned from the experience. For the same question, let's see if Monica can provide a better situational example.
I'm going to ask you a question just about some experiences you've had on the job. So if you could tell me about a time that you had a problem and how you solved it.
Right. At one of my jobs, I had a customer approach me to ask about a certain product and if we had any of it. I knew that it was a hot item for Christmas, and I checked in the back and we didn't have it in stock. The customer was disappointed, so I asked if I could get her name and number and that I would call around to other stores in the area and see if anything could be found. So she thanked me and gave me her information, and every morning at work I would call each store in our district until I finally one day was able to find the item, and I saved it for her. I put it away, and when I called her to tell her that it was in, she was just thrilled and happy that she got it in time for Christmas.
That's great. Those are some of the heartwarming stories that we like to hear, and of our employees going above and beyond. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
As we can see, Monica provides a good example and walks the employer through the steps she took to solve the problem. She also keeps the story focused on her actions and how she used various skills to solve the situation. Remember, when providing situational answers, to use the acronym SAR, which stands for Situation, Action, Result. Using this will help you organize your story and create a concise answer. Employers like to know how to make you an efficient worker, and they want to know how you're going to fit into their team. To figure this out, employers like to ask what you liked most and least about a previous position. Let's find out what Joel liked most and least about his previous job.
And speaking of this job, what did you like most about it?
Oh, I really liked the ability to travel for work. I really love traveling. The company had some really good travel deals that we could tap into as an employee, and so every year, when it was vacation time, I was able to take advantage of these travel offers and travel with the whole family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we
fun.
went. Yeah, we went to the United States a lot, and different places like that, Cuba and Mexico, and just
Wow.
great travel deals. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I missed that a lot.
Wow. Okay. And was there anything you didn't like about the job? Was there anything that you would change?
I mean, no, just the regular stuff. Like, certain people I didn't really get along with, things like that. I think, you know, just regular, just the usual after working at a place for a while.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, mostly I think, everything was fine.
Right.
And
Oh,
Nacho, it's good. I like most of the people that I work with, and yeah.
okay. Okay. That's fair.
In the answer Joel provides, he talks about workplace benefits as his primary reason for liking his last job. For what he'd least like, he mentions not getting along with all of his coworkers. This type of answer doesn't help the employer, and it can make you sound like a difficult person to get along with. For what you like most, try focusing on company culture, good teamwork, training, and learning opportunities. And for what you like least, focus on small issues and problems. In this video, let's see what Monica likes least and most about her current job.
And speaking of your previous job, what did you like most about it? And conversely, what did you like the least?
Right. In my last job, I was a member of a 5-person team, and we worked together on a large scale project where each of us was responsible for one part of the project. I really enjoyed the teamwork aspect of the job and liked seeing how all the pieces came together really as the project moved forward. The teamwork aspect of that job and this job is something that greatly appeals to me. So I'm excited about that, and I really did enjoy that about that job. On the other side, while I enjoyed my last job, what I least liked was the commute. So with this job being half in the office and half working from home, I look forward to having more time after work to exercise and see family and friends.
That's great. We do want to encourage a good home life and work life balance. So it's really makes me happy to hear that from you because that's exactly what we want to hear from our employees. Wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good to hear.
Monica provides a great answer and talks about how she enjoyed being a leader in her workplace. She provides the employer with examples of the skills she has used and what she has gained from these experiences. This provides the employer with a good understanding of how Monica will fit into their business, as well as how to best utilize her skills to maximize her efficiency. For what Monica liked least, she chooses her commute, which is a good example, as it does not relate to any tasks, coworkers, or responsibilities within her current job. At the conclusion of your interview, it's a good idea to have several questions prepared about the job, as well as the next steps in the interview process. Questions about the job should be open-ended and provide an opportunity for further discussion about the job. Let's see how Joel finishes the interview.
Okay. I don't really have any more questions. Um, where did you go, Joel? Um,
Oh, I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh,
Sorry.
hi.
Hi. Sorry. I hit the button by accident.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't really have any more questions for you. Just wondering if you were selected, when would you be able to start?
Oh, I mean, I'd be able to start as soon as the teachers go back to work for sure. I think you know, can't play teacher for much longer. I'm
Right.
not that good at the math or they're making us do. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
As soon as those teachers can go back, then I'm ready to go, and hopefully that's sooner than later.
Right. Okay. Well, you have my contact information, so if you have any
Yeah.
questions,
Um.
let me know. And
Okay. Yeah. Do you think you'll hire me?
we have a roster of people that we're going to be interviewing in the next couple of days, but we will get back to you within a week, whether we are going to ask you for a second interview or not.
Oh, great.
So look out for that email. But in the meantime, if you do have any questions, feel free to connect with me anytime.
Will do, and I'll get the my background screen figured out for next time. Okay. Sorry about that.
That would be great. Yes. It was really nice meeting you, Joel. Have a
Nice
great
to
day.
meet you too, Lisa.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
In his conclusion, Joel offers a confusing start date as well as a missed opportunity to ask meaningful questions that will provide him with more information about the position and company. You should try to get as much contact information from the employer as possible so that you can do a follow-up thank you email. Ending the interview with good questions, demonstrating your eagerness to move forward in the interview process, and thanking the employer is an excellent way to conclude a virtual interview. With the interview now over, let's see how Monica ends the interview.
It was really nice chatting with you today. When do you think you could start if you were offered the position?
Well, it was very nice to chat with you too. Again, I appreciate your time. I'm really looking forward to being part of this team. Out of respect for my current employer, I would really like to give 2 weeks notice, which would allow me to complete my projects and keep previously scheduled appointments and commitments.
Oh, okay, that's great. I wouldn't expect you to leave them early. But we'll definitely be in touch. We do schedule second interviews, so we'll be in touch either way. But it was really nice meeting you, Monica, and hope to hear from you soon.
Well, thanks so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it, and I really look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, great. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks, Sue. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
As we can see, Monica ends the interview in a professional way, giving a firm timeline of when she could start her new job. It's also important to get contact information and ask questions at the end of your interview. I hope these videos were helpful in demonstrating both good and bad virtual interviews. In reviewing today's workshop, we talked about the importance of a good physical space, as well as lighting, camera framing, posture, and presentation. Ensuring you are prepared for the interview will help it to go smoothly. Remember to research the company and practice your answers, as this will help you communicate your skills and experience to the employer. Thanks for watching, and I hope this presentation was helpful. For more information about our services, please give us a call or visit our website. We would also greatly appreciate your feedback about this or any of our other presentations. Thank you for your time, and best of luck in your job search.